Yeah, that's a good point.
Do sponsorships. All right, bud. Piece of lint up. All right. How you looking?
Main character vibes.
Okay. Let's get a mic
Okay.
check.
Si yo no la vuelvo a ver, dejo todo en el ayer. Yeah. Bueno, tú me dejas loco aquí pensando en usted. Si yo no la vuelvo a
How do I sound?
You sound perfect. Crystal clear.
You got no neck.
All right, get comfortable though. Like how you're gonna be sitting.
Like I am.
Okay.
Why you look cross-eyed?
Because I am cockeyed, bitch.
Are you still?
Yeah.
You haven't gotten that fixed?
It doesn't
No.
go away.
Damn.
I gave him glasses and it didn't work. Why do you think he wears his Meta?
Got you guys. It's a big day. You have your interview today.
Nut.
Hey, this guy. How do you
What about just grabbing nuts?
just like tilt it a little bit?
How am I supposed to tilt it? Tilt it down?
That way.
That you can just move like this.
Yeah, there you go. Up.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Episode of Hear Me, Beer Me. Got a special guest on today. My boy that we're just going to catch up, shoot the shit.
Definitely special.
Yeah, we've got two people actually here. If you haven't noticed by now, Toto's kind of a part of this permanently now, I think, right? Even though he's 2 hours late all the time. But it's all right. So welcome on. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just a little bit frustrated because Toto was 2 hours late. But other than that,
Yeah.
living the life.
That's what you got to deal with, when you have a superstar like that.
I don't
You
know
know.
if he's a superstar, but
Just a star. Half a star, maybe.
we make him think that.
Yeah. That's how we keep him around.
He's a great friend though. That's for sure.
That debatable.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah? Okay, that's good.
Awesome.
Dude, it feels good though having you because now I know like this is where sometimes we just do it and I had no idea if this was working correctly because I wasn't listening to it the whole time. If the camera got blurry, I would have had no idea, like, because sometimes you're just into the combo. So this is nice.
And he's not getting paid, by the way.
Yeah, $0,000 a year.
He's actually getting back charged for being late.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. Actually, we're gonna
I'll
bill
send
you back for it.
I'll send the invoice. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wasting my fucking time.
That's a good point. But yeah, man, welcome on, dude. I kind of wanted to have you just so we could kind of talk about, like, the whole deal you have going on with Pulido Promotions, like shit like that. I think it's cool. You've been doing the nightlife stuff for a while now.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like an OG in the game. But really let us know, like, what that's all about, basically.
Well, I mean, Pulido's Promotions, like, I always had the opportunity to do it, and I was doing it behind the scenes, but not like letting it be known it was me. Like, people would hit me up for groups, or people wanted groups, lineups, and that stuff, and I'll get them, but I never wanted to be the face of it, and I got tired of, honestly, people taking the credit for it, and I would be behind the sidelines just laughing, like, okay, if people really knew. But this time around, somebody like really was like, you should do it, like, and I launched it, and I got really good feedback, like, oh, finally. And a lot of people had reached out to me, like big promoters trying to like bring artists and all that stuff, and I never felt like I wanted to get to that. But this time around, somebody reached out to us for Hijos de Garcia, and me and Berto from Jay, shout out my guy Berto. We talked and we're like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's bring him for the people, and we ended up doing it, and that opened up the doors to, I guess, bigger possibilities. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it under me this time, and really get to know, like, really get people to know if it's me. And that's how I started. I mean, yeah, I've been in that nightlife for a while now. It's gonna be like 5 years, I believe. I hope. I don't know. I think it's 5 years.
Was it like before COVID or after COVID? That's kind of how I date things now. I think about it. I'm like, was it pre-COVID?
It was before COVID. COVID was really fun times for us.
Yeah, probably the worst time to get into that kind of life style.
Well, it was like a year before, 2 years before COVID. I think a year or two, something like that. Berto's dad was looking for a manager, and Berto had hit me up, and me and him and his pops talked to shit. Got the table, sat down, and we started it. I started managing, and then my boy Flaco, I had hit him up because I've been knowing him for a minute now from high school. Like, we used to be always together.
Yeah.
And I ended up hitting him up. I was like, hey, come check the spot out. And we came. I was like, let's do something little. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I reached out to Jessica from Just Low. Shout out to her. Formed a team. Started doing like here and there, like little DJ events, and then we did a big like I think it was like it was Vegas anniversary. We brought K-Bros the first time. One of our guys, Felipe from Nightcrawler Printing, was the one that had the contacts, and they brought K-Bros, Cuarto Destino, and it went really good for us that night actually.
Where'd you guys throw this? At Vegas?
At Vegas, that was the first big event that we did. And after that, we basically was like doing like little stuff here and there, not really much anything. But then COVID hit, and I think we were like the only spot open other than Wild West. So we usually had like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Tuesdays, even like things going on. And Vegas was jamming, man. But it was hard times because everybody had to wear a mask and liquor was short. Like we couldn't get Remy, we couldn't get Don Julio and all that stuff. But it was pretty fun. It was really, really fun. And then they ended up selling basically Vegas. That's when Berto went out to Jay's and started his own thing at Jay's. But I stayed at Vegas with the new ownership, and I didn't want to compete with everybody because everybody was doing the same thing DJ wise and all that stuff. So I kind of started exploring into the grupo scene, and I mean Vegas was doing really, really good. I mean, it still is. It's fun. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say like, oh, we bring the same groups here and there, but at the end of the day, it's like that's what the people like. You know, we try and bring new grooves, but a lot of people don't have that. Oh, let's go hear them type of mentality, or we're not gonna waste our time because we don't know who they are and this and that. But other than that, like, it's cool. It's fun. Like having a good relationship with a lot of like the grupos now because of that.
Yeah, because you've known them now for years.
Known them for a while now. So I mean, it's all love. Like I know I can reach out to a lot of grupos and right away book them and get that going. So it's cool. And I think for me, I really like and I really enjoy like showing people like the talent. The music talent that
because there's a lot that
we as Chicago have, and it's cool, man, because I said this to anybody. I was like, it's different to hear a grupo live than to hear it on your phone, on your AirPods, whatever. It's completely different, and the atmosphere is completely different, you know. Like, believe it or not, me before that, I didn't even fuck with grupos like that. You'll be like, oh, who's Vanguardia? I'm like, I don't know. Who's K-Bros? I don't know. But I started hearing them, and I really like enjoy like listening to them, and I love seeing the crowds like interact with the grupos and like them hyping them up. You know, it's really good to see. And yeah, obviously drinking to them is completely different.
Yeah, that changes things a little bit too, right?
But it's fun overall. It's really, really fun. It's a cool time.
Yeah. So you kind of stumbled into it, but like ultimately what brought you to the table with that first combo that you had with Berto? Like, had you guys been talking about it on the side a little bit, or
Nah, man, it was money. I have a career. I'm in construction.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that too, because it's interesting because you have an actual like a 9-to-5 job, right? And then
I won't say it's a 9-to-5, but
it's like like 8 to 2 and shit. Like
daytime job. Money, that was it. I mean, I just had my newborn, my second child, and it was just the money aspect of things. Like, I've always been ambitious and trying to like do new things and really like challenge myself to bigger things and stuff like that. And the opportunity came and I took it, and I don't regret it, to be honest with you. But it was just the money. That was it. I started as a money, then it became something I really enjoyed doing. And creating events and seeing the people really enjoy them too, you know. I think my biggest frustration sometimes is that like people don't understand how hard it is to like create something like that, and then when there's fights or there's problems, it gets really frustrating and like discouraging because you're like, man, all the work that I put into it.
Yeah,
you know,
and to throw in like a big event, everything to go right, and then at the end of the day for it to be something that was like out of your control entirely.
Correct.
You know, that's terrible, and that's what's happening in a lot of places around here.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that places like you know, people have been more focused on calling that behavior out and been like, dude, we're not tolerating that shit here, because for what, you know, no one wants to go out and like get into problems like that.
And I think that is one of the biggest problems that what Keegan has, and I guess the nightlife scene, I guess you could say, quote unquote, is that there's no other town around here doing what we do. Like realistically, like shout out to Jays, like you know they got their GJs, they bring city DJs and all that stuff. Shout out to Edwin from Cantina, he does the same thing, bring grupos from the city, bring DJs from the city, and like if you go to the city, you're getting charged double what we charge out here.
Yeah.
You know, plus cover. You know, so it's like you're local, you're not that far away from home, and we're literally bringing something that the city does and no other town around here does.
That's a good point. Really
know?
good point. People from the neighboring towns come here. You know, they treat us like we're the city almost. You know.
Correct, because nobody else does it, and it's not easy, it's not cheap, and it takes time to build stuff like that up. It's not just doesn't happen overnight. You could hit up DJs from the city, grupos from the city, and then we're like, well, who are you? Why? You know, like yeah, I'll go, but at the end of the day, doors don't open up like how people think they open up. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the people that we are doing it is dope because at the end of the day, like I said, it's something that we bring in to the city for people to enjoy and have fun and create memories.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's a good point. How important then do you think it is to build? Because building something like that, obviously it's not just you. Like you need a team. You know, how important do you think it is building up a team that you know kind of gets it and understands what they all have to do? Even though it doesn't seem like nothing crazy, it is at the end of the day.
It is important. You know, it truly is important to surround yourself with good people. I'm a big mental health advocate, and I think that who you surround yourself with and you share the same vision and leadership, that's how successful you are. And I've thankfully had a lot of good people around me that have the same ambition or the same energy as I bring. And yeah, I'm not always going to be perfect. There's the times that I fucked up and maybe didn't treat somebody the way they were supposed to be treated or this and this and that. But for the most part, like, I really do strive to, like, be a good leader and make sure the people that are around me have the same vision I have and we're all getting money, you know, and creating memories and having a good time and being respectful, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it is important to have good people around you at all times, especially to share the same vision, the same goals, and what you're trying to create, you know?
And that leads back to the whole like fighting thing, like or just like causing a disruption, how frustrating that can be because you're kind of playing with everybody else's pockets at that point. You know, you're messing with their stuff. So, you know, it can be frustrating, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, but I don't give a shit about the money, to be honest. I give a shit about the people and their safety, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's like somebody could get hurt that's not even involved in it. For what? Because you're being a jackass?
Funny how when you said being a jackass, like he came out.
Yeah.
He popped up. Yeah, no, exactly, dude. Like, you know, then you're putting everybody else at risk too because I don't know, man. When shit pops off, there's alcohol involved. Like, you don't know, like, you know, what people's intentions are, what they're gonna do. So, I don't know, man. It's good that you're concerned about the safety, though. You know, because that's what we need around here. You know, I think every place needs stuff like that, or people who are in a leadership role who are taking that all into account.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully Vegas, like I really got it to the nitty gritty of like people that I know that are gonna cause us issues, not letting them in. I'm really strict at the door, not letting people that are really intoxicated in anymore, or kicking out certain people that are causing girls to even feel uncomfortable, man. Because you have a lot of those. Like, you have a lot of people that are weird and just like their energy's like off, and they're not there for the right reasons, you know. And if there's a group of friends and they're having a good time, why are you over there bothering? Let them be, you know. Like, I've multiple times I've seen people get recording people, and I'm like, yo, put your phone
that's
down.
crazy, dude.
At the second warning, you're out, man. Because for what? You know, having them there for $3 or $4 that they're gonna spend, it's not worth that group of friends having an uncomfortable time. It's not worth it, you know. But other than that, like, I really strive to make sure that what events that we do, people feel safe.
That's good, man. And honestly, I think you've done a good job with Vegas, because I sort of recall it like before, like it was like a kind of like a different crowd too, you know. I think it was like older people.
It was a man cave, let's say, in other words.
Yeah, basically. And you kind of turned it into this more like welcoming, like, you know, friendlier place, or like even with a younger crowd, you know.
Yeah.
Did you like envision that when you guys had that convo, like we want to change the way that it is now? or like did you always
We
envision?
never wanted to change it.
No, you wanted to keep it like as a man cave, pretty
As
much.
a man cave, and then me and Berto were just like, well, fuck it, let's do it. And with Flaco, like we just started doing DJ stuff, and it changed. And even Berto's dad used to be like, man, like I was perfectly fine without this, like without y'all, like y'all turned into this whole DJ stuff. Because believe it or not, Vegas did have a really bad reputation at one point, where there was a lot of fights happening, a lot of things going on, and you know, like I remember, like there was probably a stack of like this big of police reports at one point.
Parking lots, bro.
Yeah, so it was a lot
From
of
fighting at the parking lots.
fights in the parking lots. We had a couple shootings, you know, like so that changed the whole dynamic of everything. So like everything is a balance, you know. You are popping, but at the same time, it's like there comes a lot of bad with that and a lot of good. So you have to like learn how to balance it. And what I learned over the years is like when to like chill. All right, now you're getting too hot. Like, all right, just cool it. Because at the end of the day, like how I learned to manage things is you don't want something for 1, 2, 3 years. You want it for 10 years because it's a drop of water that's just going to keep on pouring. And you have to learn how to like, okay, like take a step back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe like try not to burn too many bridges and like shit like that, you know?
Yeah, correct.
But by that you mean like say you've had like a run of a lot of problems. You're saying maybe like shut it down for like a weekend or like kind of like back off from making events.
Yeah, just back off completely from making events and let the bar just do its own thing. People are still gonna go out. Thankfully we have a lot of pool tables, so the pool tables people always be looking to shoot pool. You know, and we put a lot of money back into the pool tables where they're fresh, they're nice, they're well maintained. We make sure that the balls,
take care of the balls.
Yeah, like
that's good,
they're
man.
premium stuff and all
important.
that stuff because we have leagues and people that really play that stuff that come out and just want to shoot. You know, so it's just knowing when to like take a step back. But we'll see. I mean, right now for Pulido Promotions, I'm trying with my guy Berto. We're really trying.
Is that distracting? Nah. A little bit, dude. It keeps distracting me the whole time. Of course, today that we're shooting the pod, it's raining a lot. So that thing just keeps going and keep going, right? But my bad. You were saying, what? You can't hear it? Oh, that's awesome.
Nah, I'm pretty sure. There's a sump up going on in the back. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like been going off like crazy. But I'm glad you can't hear it. Or if you can, it might be like a tiny bit. But hopefully
good.
not.
Yeah, right now for Pulido Promotions, we're just trying to bring bigger artists into town, and give people, I guess, new vibes, new events, and all that type of stuff. Something newer, I guess you could say. Where Vegas can't hold those big artists, Paris can. So we're just trying to do something like that. We got Encinos de Sinaloa coming up on Friday, big Chaca group. But there's more things that we already have in the pipeline for the rest of, I guess, these 3-4 months that we're working on. So that's going to be pretty cool and see how it is. I mean, this stuff is not cheap, you know, like these lineups are costing anything between like 10 to 30K, you know. So they're not cheap, but hopefully the crowd and the people like it and they want to come out and have a good time.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. And so essentially you're kind of like putting together like events for people with like stacked lineups and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Is what you guys are doing?
Correct.
That's pretty dope, especially because you have these relationships with these people now. So, you know, I'm sure that they'll work around stuff with you, or, you know, you trust them enough where, like, I don't know, I've heard of también that there's grupos or people sometimes that'll send people off or, like, not come perform or something like that, which to me, that's kind of crazy, you know, like.
Well, I've never had that happen to me, to be honest with you, thankfully, because...
Yeah. Imagine now, like, next week it happens after you say
I hope not. I hope that's not the case, but I've never had that happen to me where a group hasn't showed up. Yeah, I've canceled groups because there's no money just to pay them, so it doesn't make sense to bring them. But I never had a group not show up. And I think that just comes from word of mouth. Like, even the group say, oh, Pulido this. Like, yeah, I know him, and that's it. But I hope that doesn't happen to me because that would really fucking suck.
Yeah.
And that's such bad business in general.
No, yeah, definitely. Well, I wanted to ask you this because it's kind of interesting to me. What would you say, like, because when you do something, like you start it up, like there's always like a moment where like your brain kind of goes, oh, damn, I like this, or I'm enjoying this, or damn, this is actually like really cool. If you think back to like starting all this, was there like an event or a grupo or like a certain night where you were kind of like, oh shit, like this is real and I'm like really liking what we're doing here? It might have been weird because you did it during like COVID, like a lot of shit was happening, so you might have had to jump through a few hoops.
Oh, man, I wouldn't recall. I think it was just I think for me it was I've never got to experience that nightlife stuff because I was a young father, and when I got brought into it, it was just a new dopamine to me. So I was like, there was a time I think when it was Flaco and we did an event and it was just fun and it was just me, my guy Berto and his girl, and it was just a blast. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty dope, you know. And
that's crazy, knowing too that, my bad, that you got into something like that, not having really experienced it, like, you know. Nope. Because like you said, you wouldn't go out because you had your kids and whatnot, but that's interesting, bro, because then you kind of experienced it for the first time as like a business perspective, not even as like a let me have fun kind of perspective. Correct. You know. So
it was just, I guess, the fun times that we were creating and the memories and all that stuff, you know. That was it. It was, I think that was the time, but now we're here.
You know what is one thing that I hate about like now kind of like club or bar culture or whatever? I know it's like money to you guys, but I hate the bottle service culture. Like you can't just go to a bar anymore and just have it be a bar. It's like you see the bottle service people, like, you know, because I feel like now it's like if you really want to go out and have fun, like you gotta pop bottles and you gotta have like a section or you gotta have a seat somewhere. Whereas before, I feel like it wasn't really like that because that wasn't a thing yet. So you could literally walk into anywhere and just like you didn't really need a seat. But now I feel like you're missing out on an experience if you're not getting that, you know. So that's what I hate as like a consumer perspective. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, but I get it though. Like I get why it's done at like bars and clubs and stuff like that.
That's actually really interesting. I never thought of that perspective.
Yeah, because I saw both sides. Like I didn't have kids at a young age, so I was out a lot, you know. And I remember going out and like before that wasn't like a thing. The sparklers, the signs, like none of that. So I remember going out and then I saw it like kind of shift like the whole scene into what it is now, which is like fine, but like I'm kind of like, man, I miss the good old days. Or maybe I'm just old and I'm like sounding old now, like old man yelling at clouds now. But yeah, I think that definitely changed the game up. But it makes sense though, because now you're getting people like actually going and spending at places, whereas maybe before people wouldn't as much. So that makes sense. But
I'm actually really thinking about that because that's actually a really good perspective.
What I did want to ask you about though was like your not 9 to 5, which is also interesting because you basically you're like what, like Spider-Man and shit, like has like a different life at night than like during the day, you know what I'm saying?
Whenever people ask me like, what do you do for a living, I always just used to say I sell drugs.
Oh yeah,
that was like my answer, and it still is. Because I was very much like separation from everything. Not because of any wrongs, but I learned that energies and people's energies, sometimes they're wrong for it and that type of stuff. But yeah, I've been doing the construction world since probably like 10 years ago. So I'm probably like turned 12 now actually. But I was blessed enough to, at a very young age of, I pretty sure like 19, 20, my mentor took me on under his wing and basically showed me the ropes and just worked from there. I'm just busting my ass in that industry, and now I'm head of field operations for a big construction company, which a lot of people don't know, and this is probably the first time like I say this out loud and like tell people this, because I've like always kept it separate, always, even like in that world. There's only like 2 or 3 people that really do know about it. And That's about it. But other than that, I've never told people. I've never discussed it. Only my close friends, my family knows about like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I sell drugs."
Yeah,
That's it.
and just get through with the conversation.
Correct.
That's funny, dude, because it's the same thing with me, bro. I have a real job. Like sometimes people are, or like I have like little cousins that think that this is my job, like post YouTube videos, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucking wish, you know.
It's just time management. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm very big on time management. I'm big on being on time. In my brain, how it operates is I put task, right? 1, 2. And I'm like, okay, I got to do this and be done by this time, this, and this, and this, and that. And it's just literally just the time management of things. And yeah, some things like just don't work out for me, but in the long run, I just give myself 15 or 30 minutes to make sure that that's done. And in those 15, 30 minutes, I will have things to like answer text messages and all that. But honestly, I'm just on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. And handling 2 phones.
You kind of have to be though, you know.
Handling 2 phones is sometimes very much stressful, but I learned to manage stress.
Yeah, and that it adds to your lie about selling drugs. You having 2 phones, they're probably like, oh, dude, definitely fucking
What's
selling
that?
drugs.
Kevin Gates song, 2 phones.
Oh,
Yeah, but not for the other reason.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, but yeah, dude. I mean, I can see how, like, cause I do it, you know, and it's like on a smaller scale, you could say, because it's like, you know, I can do this during work hours, but I'm sure a lot of your shit can be handled during work hours. It's like whether you have to call someone or like actually like meet with them or something like that. Like that's where time management really plays a big role. And what I do, I'm not good at being on time either. That's why I'm not even giving total shit. Like I'm always like,
2 hours.
2 hours is crazy.
2 hours is insane.
But I will always be like 5 minutes late, or like, you know, like if it's really important, like yeah, I can be there on time, but like just on time. I can't do if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late, you know, like some people have that mentality.
That's me.
Yeah, I wish I had that, but I don't. But what I am big on is I make lists. Like I make a lot of, like, literally I have a list for everything, bro. Like
Correct.
I have a calendar of like shit that I have to do, of when I want to do this, or like what I have to do this day, so that this day I can like I have different ones too, for like my work stuff, for my life stuff, for like just a shit ton. And it helps a lot because it keeps you in check, you know. Like I think the hardest part is getting into the rhythm of like, if something pops up, I'm like, oh, let me put that on my list. Like now I almost get like excited to put it on there because I know it's on there, so I know I'm gonna do it, you know.
Yeah, my mentor, I used to just put everything in my head, and he was like, you need to write things down. You get that motion going, and I did. I learned it the hard way, respectfully, like truthfully. But my calendar, my agenda, my reminders, and all that stuff that I gotta do this, and this, and the break. And sometimes I do miss stuff, and that's it. But for the most part, I mean, between being a head of field, managing Vegas, and then having 2 other businesses on the side, it's
you gotta throw it somewhere. It has to. You have to have a reminder or a set list, checklist.
And I'm gonna miss things. I'm human, but the important stuff I'm usually good at putting on my agenda and making sure it gets done, or I'm on time.
Yeah,
I hate being late. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, cause to me, it's like if you're not on time or a little bit early, it's like you're wasting my time, or you're wasting that person's time, and it's like time is value to me.
Who are you directing this at right now?
No comment.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but like 2 hours is outrageous, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, like it's just been like a thing, like I don't know, and I'm trying to change it to be more like your thing. Like if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late, you know.
Yeah.
But still in the works.
Yeah. And
Maybe
Toto's,
if I write it on my list, it'll remind me to be early.
you should. Toto's looking at us right now. One of his eyes is looking at Fer, and one of his eyes is looking at me. He's cross-eyed, by the way, guys.
Is that true though? Like, I mean, look at me.
Cross-eyed. See?
Which one is it?
The right
Like,
side.
I think it's my left.
It like goes the other way a little bit.
You see how he said his left and I said his right? Because he's cross-eyed.
When did you first realize this?
I think.
Taking selfies?
Started taking selfies?
Why do you think he always posts his one way?
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it.
Time management, Toto. I'll teach you that one day.
One day. Yeah, bro. I'm literally, dude. It's like
It's 32, by the way.
Wow. He's talking about my age.
Are you? You're 32. So
I am gonna turn 32 this year, actually.
So you graduated in 2012.
Yeah.
High school.
Late, but I did.
Why?
I was never big on school.
Really?
I was not my thing.
I kind of enjoyed school. Like thinking back on it, like for some reason I really enjoyed doing work and interacting with all the people. That's kind of why I started this too. I don't know. I'm big on like interacting with people. Like I would call it networking, but in a like broader sense, it's more really like connecting with people. I think it's just like a human nature thing. Like you grow interest in like learning about other people. Like I was kind of thinking about me and you, like we've known each other for like 10 plus years, dude.
Correct.
But I don't think we've ever sat down and talked for more than 5 minutes, I would say. I was thinking, I'm like, dude, I don't even know what his voice really sounds like, you know? But yeah, dude, is that weird that I was sitting down thinking about your voice?
Super nasally.
It's natural, actually.
Yeah, people don't just sit down and think about other guys' voices all the time, because I do.
I think about Toto's voice here and there.
Yeah. No,
We're never being in the DL allegations, my guy.
Yeah, no, dude. So like shit like this, or this has allowed me to get to not even meet, but like interact with people more than it would have had I not,
No,
done this,
actually, one of my biggest faults was that like I didn't like to speak up. I didn't like to talk to people. I didn't like to just be out there, I guess you could say. And even at work when we have meetings, like they will go around the room, like the big tables, like, do you have anything? Do you have anything? I'm like, I'm good. And but when I have one-on-ones with my boss, I'll be like, and he's like, do you need to learn? And like little by little, I just started like really taking the courage to be outspoken and get to that.
Yeah.
And it worked. It really worked. Now I know how to have interactions and those tough interactions with people, because it's not easy, man. Like having those difficult conversations or just shooting the shit with a random. It's hard. But to me, I'm big on like, I'm not just gonna go out there and talk to anybody or everybody. It's just some things are just me to me, and I read people and I'm like, all right, this, like, yeah, this guy seems genuine. I could talk to him, this and that. But other than that, like, I'm really to myself, and that's it.
Yeah, like really picking like kind of the people that you choose to
Selective.
interact with.
Correct.
Selective about it. All right, so you said two things already. You said that you're big on mental health, and you said that you're big on what did you say earlier? What?
His circle.
Oh,
My inner circle, yeah.
yeah, like because you talked about energies. You talked about energies and you talked about mental health. So I feel like you do a lot of like self-reflection. Am I reading you right? Like you kind of take the time to do that a lot.
Believe it or not, I was never big on mental health. Like before, I didn't even know what anxiety was, what a panic attack was. I thought anxiety was just a rush of energy, and that was it. And then I started going to therapy, and that really changed the way I viewed things, the way that I saw things, the way that I expressed myself, the way that I learned to communicate like with people. And that helped me out a lot, and I said to everybody, if you feel like you're not yourself, go to therapy. It really does help, and it really changes people for the better. I'm not gonna say that all the time, but for the best, and I think it's something that people should really, especially in the Latino community, people should really take that, and that when their mental health is not good, they should really look into just seeking the help. And there is so many ways of doing it. If you don't have insurance, there's apps now, there's resources for all that kind of stuff. I had a lot of friends reach out to me in the past, and I guide them through it and help them get to that. But it's really just taking a leap. And nobody's going to judge you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You could keep it to yourself.
Especially nowadays, I feel like people are more encouraged to do
Correct.
that. Back then, I feel like it was looked down upon a little bit. Like, what do you mean you need to?
Estás loco.
Yeah, what do you mean you need to go talk to somebody
Yeah.
like about? But sometimes that's kind of all it takes. And even if you're not like let's say like somebody can't go to therapy or something, I think if there's someone you trust, like someone that you consider like close to you, sometimes people tend to not like, to keep things to themselves. I think it's good to speak to those people too. Like they could even help you out or like give you some sort of like tip or like advice or something.
I think we live in a world where there's so many resources nowadays, like like that you could get online and just search something up and you have all these resources and just that helps you and then will guide you into the positive direction that you're looking for. But sometimes we as Latinos, it's down upon that you're even seeking for help, you know?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. We don't live in our parents' generations anymore. We really don't. Like, this world has changed, and especially like me, I come from an immigrant background, and I think my parents and a bunch of our parents that migrated here are like, you just got to tough it out and do it.
Yeah.
That's not
That's their mentality,
anymore. That's not the case. Like, we're here, like this is a completely different, I say world from Mexico, because we have a bunch of resources and people that ways to get help and really strive for that. So just take the opportunity, like there is a lot of those opportunities and those things that you could get to, apps, clinics, friends, that, believe it or not, I've known a lot of people that just in the years just gone to therapy without telling anybody. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. No, I totally think the same thing. I mean, I've never gone, but I do feel like if there were ever a time where I felt like, like not myself, I think people can tell when you're not yourself or just not all there. And sometimes you don't think immediately like, well, maybe I need to talk to someone about this. You kind of try to do what our parents say, like tough it out or figure it out,
Yeah. Well, that was me, to be honest with you. I was just like, I'm just going to tough it out. And I hit rock bottom, man. A lot of people know this and a lot of people don't. But at the end of the day, I did hit rock bottom. I went through probably one of the worst experiences of my life because I was, in other words, a piece of shit. And I knew that I couldn't continue down that road. I needed a change, and I really needed to challenge myself and figure out why I did stuff that I did and why I got to that point. And that's when I reached out and was like, I need help. And that's how the journey started. And I'm so grateful I did. So I would encourage anybody that just doesn't feel themselves, like you said, or that's going through hard times, to really try to get help. It will change you for the best, and it will help you in the long run.
Yeah. No, I'm behind that 100% too, dude. I mean, again, I've never like actually gone, but I do have friends or know people that have gone. And for the most part, I think everybody that talks about it, they look back on it and they're like, well, that actually did help me a lot. Or sometimes I know that also like you do like an app or something and maybe you don't find the right person that you're talking to, and
correct.
That's fine. It's not like an immediate, like, it's like people every day, like maybe I don't get along with people who are like 2 hours late to interviews or something, but it's like, it's just shit that happens,
You learn to tolerate them.
Yeah, you learn to live with it. Yeah, eventually. But yeah, no, like basically, like if you get paired up with somebody, feel free to make that switch and figure it out. Don't just like quit it completely, because if you're already there, it's for a reason. You're obviously going through something. And
it's in life. You're never gonna just meet somebody and instantly click with them. It's just like you're gonna meet a lot of people, and a lot of people are not gonna be your person, or they're not gonna be. You're gonna outgrow them and that type of stuff. It's normal. That's what life is about, and it's just creating experiences, making memories, connections, and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, I say this all the time, the world evolves and you're evolving as a person, and then you're gonna outgrow things.
Yeah,
and that's 100%. How it is. But I think that you just take the step to do it.
So you think that it really helped you, like not just personally, but also now with you doing all this stuff on the side, you think had it not been for that, maybe you wouldn't have had the courage or, had the proper tools to really, like, after working on yourself, to do all that you're doing now, because now you're kind of like managing a team,
Yeah, one of my biggest things that always held me back was that I hated feeling like I failed. And I learned that that's just mentally. And by taking the step and like really seeking the help and getting all that stuff, it made it made me stronger mentally to prepare for those. Okay, I'm gonna fail this, and this is gonna not work out for me, and this and that. So it did get me to the point where I am today. And it's still challenging. I'm not gonna say it's easy and it's now like nothing. It's simple because it's still challenging. At the end of the day, like you have to like kind of like be like, okay, this I'm worthy of this. You know, like really be like, I'm worthy of this. And because before, I'd be like, nah, I'm not worthy of that. But yeah, it helped me in a lot of ways. It really did.
Like, I don't deserve that, or you get like imposter syndrome, you know? Like, I think that a lot of times I'll have that too, where like I'll be in an important meeting at work, or like we'll have, you know, meetings with like specific people, and I'm kind of like the youngest guy there already, and then I'm like the only Hispanic there, and you get to a place where it's kind of hard not to think like, damn, like, are they looking at me like this? But they're not. Like, it's in your head, you know? And if you let it be like that, then they will look at you like that. It kind of just goes on how you present yourself to other people.
Yeah, I think that you hit it on the nail. Like, even in my job, like, I'm surrounded by like a bunch of older folks. Like, I'm the youngest, and sometimes still the youngest, and it's just like they don't talk to you because they're like, oh, well, he's just there, or
he's a DEI hire,
kind of like, or he's just like his assistant to the boss. And I was like, it's not like that, you know. I'm here for a reason, and like really just believe in that. It takes a while, but now when you believe it, then you're like, all right. And confidence is a confidence in general. Like, confidence does speak volumes, and I mean, therapy did help me with that in some ways. Because I did lack on a lot of that, like where I was like, nah, I'm not confident, or like I'm not worthy, or this and that. But it helped me. It really did. And I'm doing all this stuff, and I think I'm in a way better mental space than I've ever been. And it helps, and it really helped me to get to where I'm at now. Because believe it or not, I am successful, and I'm proud to say that at the end of the day, because you just gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta trust what you're doing, and the process that you're doing is the right.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not like an overnight thing either, you know?
No.
I think that happens a lot too, where sometimes there's a saying that goes something about like, sometimes when you think you failed, it's because you just gave up too quickly or something like that.
Yeah.
Where, sometimes, I mean, imagine like, you know, you're like 6 months away, or like just always keep that mentality. And also, I think a lot of times, because you said earlier that what you hated was like, quote unquote, failing. You didn't want to fail at things. So you just wouldn't try them. Well, if you're not trying it, you already failed at that without even like, quote unquote, failing. You know, you failed because of your mentality. So I think it's important to try things, man. Just do things, see where they go. Not all of them are going to be wins. You're not always going to be like successful in every venture or everything that you do, because some things just aren't like made out to be for you. But I think it's important to just try things, you know. At the end of the day, like what do you lose trying something, you know?
Nothing. I mean, the people that I have around me, my inner circle, like I even push them to like do new things and like try. I'm like, hey, just try it, you know. Like at the end of the day, is if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you tried it. You know, I mean, that's how. I mean, I was just actually watching the Steve Jobs movie. It was just something that he tried, and it worked.
Is that that's not The Big Short, right? That's
no, it's literally called Jobs. It's on Netflix.
Okay, I don't think I've watched it yet.
You should watch it. It's a really interesting movie. I was actually watching it yesterday. I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, but it's something he just tried. Everything is just trying, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, just move on. You know?
Yeah. I think that's important too, though, is moving on, like knowing when to like hang it up for something, you know, because if like, yeah, sure, it sucks sometimes to quit or give up, but at the same time, like sometimes the best thing you can do is realize when it's time to hang it up, and don't, you know, because it's hard to quit on things. I mean, I find it really hard to quit on things. You said that you're kind of the same. You don't want to like quote unquote fail, but sometimes you just keep failing because like you gotta leave that alone for a bit,
think
you know.
It's like any player, right? Let's say professional player, you know, you're at your peak and then you start coming down. You have to learn when it's time to like really be like, all right, I'm done with this. You know, and I think, believe it or not, probably like 1 or 2 more years and I'll be done with Pulido Promotions. I feel like I'm reaching, or I reached my peak, and it's just little by little, and
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
think because we're getting a little older.
Yeah,
A little.
a little. Like his neck.
32. I mean, dude, because I'm 30. So I remember thinking back, like, before, you know, and you hear those numbers and you're like, damn, like, yeah, that's like it. But, dude, believe it or not, I still kind of feel sometimes like, nah, like, this shit's just getting started, you know? Like, corporately, we still have to work at least another 30 years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, think about that. That's 3 fucking decades of us doing shit. Like, for our futures, for ourselves. Like,
30s is your prime. I will say that because you're either fixing all your mistakes in your 20s, or you were. And this is for the youth. You're smart enough to build yourself when you're 30. You're making really good money, and now you're like, let me invest, let me do this and that type of stuff.
set yourself up for the future.
And that goes out to the youth, you know, because I feel like as Latinos, we don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We don't. Like, our parents, like even immigrant background, like, they don't know anything about investment. You talk to them and like, ¿qué es eso? La bolsa de valor? I'm like, yeah. But invest. Even $20 a week, $50 a week, like that in the long run of things will be big for you.
Yeah.
Just start. And if you don't know, just Google it.
Yeah.
There's so many videos on it now. There's so many podcasts and that stuff. But just learning to invest in your 20s would change your life for the good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish I would have learned that at a younger age, but I didn't.
Or like crypto back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like that. I mean, I was never gonna like actually invest or do any of that, but it haunts me to not like. You know how they say sometimes, like, if you go back in time, I think I'd go back in time and tell myself, like, hey, like, these are going to be the champions for the NFL the next 10 years. Like, fucking put futures on all that and then tell myself, like, you know, crypto or whatever the fuck.
But you don't know anybody that would. Like, your parents didn't talk to you about
Exactly.
stock, investing. You didn't talk about anything in the future, retirement, and none of that.
No.
But that's why this new generation, is up to us that we've gone through that to tell them, you know, and really express that to them. I have friends that are younger than me, and I am a big advocate of that. Like, invest, like, you know, start. It's not you're not gonna jeopardize on the long run, but you need to get going.
You know what? I'm going to change out the battery.
I just had to say something for like 10 seconds.
Oh, go ahead. And I'll change it out.
That man's lying. Whatever he's saying on here, do not believe him. He's a crazy gambling addict. He doesn't invest a dime. What else? He's not positive. He's always late, dude. Always late. Don't believe him. What else? What else did he say?
About mental health.
Mental health.
Didn't even go to therapy.
He didn't even go to therapy. He thinks therapy is retail therapy. What else he say? Good vibes. That man talks so much shit about me. He's been talking shit the whole podcast. He's like, good vibes. Don't support your friends. Be a hater. Spread negativity. I gotta go, guys. Bye. Non-alcoholic.
Still got 4 years. And
26. What were you doing at 26?
Being a dad.
Fucking ass.
Fuck you.
It's really weird.
How was that though? Like being, cause what, you were like in your early 20s when you first had a kid?
I was on 16 and pregnant.
Basically. Nah, I was when I had my first daughter, I was what, 19 or 18?
No fucking way,
I
really?
was young, bro. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I thought you were like in your 20s by that
No,
point.
I was young as hell. I was 19.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah, should have became a deadbeat at the young age. JK, guys.
Take care of your kids.
But you know what? That probably makes you like grow up, like, cause
It definitely made me grow up, and that whole experience was just. I don't regret it. I was blessed, to be honest with you, because I think it made me mature in a lot of good ways. Mm-hmm. And it made me want to strive for more, and it still does. Like, my daughters are my biggest blessings at the end of the day, and they are the ones that I do it for. That really motivate me to get shit done and get out here, you know. And I'm not gonna be like those type of parents, like, oh, because I didn't have it, my daughter's gotta have it. But at the end of the day, like, they live a really good life because I make sure they do. It's that simple.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I mean, I feel that too because like every generation, like our parents did what they could with us, you know, and then obviously like we're failing and we don't do more than they were able to do, and then we would want the same with like our kids, like obviously like set them up, put them in a position where they're able to do even more than we were able to do with what they had, you know. So
Yeah, I have a plan. Hopefully, I know it's gonna work, and primeramente Dios, but I want to make sure that my daughters have businesses when they get to that age that they could either take on or be a part of. I've now set something up for them, you know. That's one of my biggest goals in life, and we'll get there. We will get there, and I'm pursuing that, and one way or another, it's gonna happen.
that's good, man. That's a good mentality to have, you know, like. A lot of people are like, well, hopefully, or like, I hope that, and it's like, no, like, do what you can and put it that mindset that it's gonna happen, and then, I don't know, I think manifestation is like a big thing,
Speak
you know.
positivity,
Yeah.
and positive things will.
Even if like, you know, you gotta lie to yourself a little bit, but it's like just think it could happen and fucking make it happen, you know.
It's gonna happen, but you gotta put in the work.
Yeah, that's the main piece,
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't see the time and all that. Like, I'm like I said, I'm at a point in my life that, thank to God, like I was blessed and I have a really good job. I'm able to pick up my daughters every day from school. Every day they get out the bus stop, dad is there to pick them up. You know, I'm blessed for that. But at the same time, I get home, I'm straight to work. You know, maybe like 1 or 2 hours I have, or even 30 minutes. And then I got to take the oldest one to practice or wherever she has going on, or pick them up from school, from after school stuff. But I get back to work. You know, sometimes 10 at night, 11.
Yeah,
You know?
well fucking said, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, cheers, brother. Thanks for coming on, man, for real.
My pleasure, man.
And thank you guys for tuning in. I always look at your camera. Thank you guys for tuning in. He won't say to follow him, but I'm gonna say to follow him and follow us too. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, thanks Toto for just wasting our
almost
time.
fucking the whole thing up.
It was just 2 hours.
Horrible.
120 minutes, dude.
Si yo no la